A very good afternoon to you. You're with Lunch Primetime News on News First. As usual, let's start off with a look at headlines.
Water levels of the Kalu, Ging and Nilvala rivers on the rise. 300 houses inundated in Gaul. Transportation hampers in Imaduwa after the collapse of an earth embankment. Met Department forecasts more rain. Sri Lanka reiterates continued commitment to UN peacekeeping.
The Department of Meteorology notes that showers exceeding 100 millimeters will be experienced over the island today. According to our correspondent, along with the incessant rains that were experienced over the island, around 300 houses have been inundated in the Gaul area. The Department of Disaster Management notes that the water levels of Kalu, Ging and Nilvala rivers have increased. Assistant Director of the Department, Pradeep Kodipilli, issued a warning to the general public to be cautious when utilizing these rivers.
Along with the overflowing of the Moragoda Lake, the Dangedara, Appaladuwa and Samagiwat areas in Gaul have been inundated. According to our correspondent, residents in the area are receiving shelter in places of worship at present. Vehicular movement was disrupted owing to the landslide in the Imaduwa Bategoda area in Gaul. According to our correspondent, along with the assistance of the Divisional Secretariat and area residents, the area is being cleared up at present. Meanwhile, several roads in Imaduwa Habaraduwa in Gaul remain inundated. This is the manner in which the area between the Hunukotua and Batuamawate in Mathura have been inundated. Electricity supply in the Polgas area in Ilamtari area in Chila was halted owing to strong winds.
President Maithripala Sirisena was extended a warm welcome at the luncheon for the heads of state attending the UN General Assembly hosted by UN General Secretary Ban Ki-moon.
President Maithripala Sirisena was seated in the presence of US President Barack Obama, Russian President Vladimir Putin and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. President Sirisena also engaged in cordial discussions with fellow world leaders. President Sirisena addressed the World Leaders Summit on UN peacekeeping missions.
සාමසාධනයේදී සිවිල් රැසියන් ආරක්ෂා පිළිබඳ වූ කිගාලි මූලධර්ම ඉතා මෑතකදී
Sri Lanka has accepted the principles of protecting civilians in peacekeeping. We hope that other countries will also follow us. In response to current gaps in UN peacekeeping missions, we are ready to pledge 2 combat transport companies and 2 field engineering platoons. For commitments to enable more rapid deployment, we pledge our infantry battalion, 2 special force companies and 1 combat engineering company. For regular deployment, we are ready to pledge 3 infantry battalions, 1 explosive ordnance disposal company and 1 force protection company. In addition, we are ready to contribute 2 forced police units. The world today is a safer place because of the brace of UN peacekeepers. On this occasion, let us remember and pay tribute to the hundreds of peacekeepers and staff who have sacrificed their lives in the line of duty over the years. Let us also recognize and commend their achievements. Sri Lanka will make its commitment to support the UN peacekeeping force.
Meanwhile, New Zealand Prime Minister John Key met with Sri Lankan President Maithripala Sirisena. Still on local news, the Abisabela-Colombo main road that came to a close this morning owing to the pipeline in the Bomidi and Navagamu area bursting was restored. According to the Office of the Police Media spokesperson, vehicular movement along the main road has regained normalcy. Meanwhile, the National Water Supply and Drainage Board says that the pipeline that was damaged last evening has now been reconstructed. Vehicular movement on the Colombo-Abisavela low-level road in the Bomidi area in Kadwela came to a complete standstill yesterday due to an eruption of a pipeline. National Water Supply and Drainage Board General Manager Ranjit Balasurya said the pipelines are currently in use, approximately 110 years old. He further added that the pipeline has been restored now. Minister of Sustainable Development and Wildlife, Kamini Jayavikrama Pereira, says that a national program to mark the borders of forest reserves of the country will be formulated. The minister made the statement at a meeting in Polonnaruwa.
A meeting was held to discuss the human-elephant conflict and how it could be minimized at the district secretariat of Polonnaruwa. Director General of the Wildlife Department, H.D. Ratnayaka, and the district secretary of Polonnaruwa was present at the meeting. This has become a major issue at present. The Wildlife Department is losing reserves. The environment is destroyed. The politicians look at this in a very narrow manner and they destroy the environment trying to provide houses for their own. To stop this, I decided to table a cabinet paper first. We have to identify the borders which are violated and the reserves where lands are being captured in a large scale. We will obtain the information, create an act or present it to Parliament. We will put up a border. We have the law. We just have to put up a border fence to enact this law.
A CID unit has been dispatched to investigate the homicide of a woman in the Opathawatta area in Kotaketana Kahavatta. The woman was stabbed to death yesterday. According to the police, in addition to the CID unit, 4 other police teams are conducting investigations. A senior police officer in charge of the area said that security has been tightened in Kahavatta. A woman was stabbed to death in Opathawatta last evening. Acting police media spokesperson SSP Priyantha Jayakodi said that she was murdered while she was plucking tea leaves. The victim was a 48-year-old mother of 3. The Foreign Ministry says that the Sri Lankan government has offered the Maldives assistance to investigate the explosion on the boat which was carrying Maldives President Abdullah Yamin Abdul Gayoom yesterday. The President of the Maldives was unhurt, but his wife and 2 aides were injured in an explosion on the boat, the yacht, as it approached Malé from the airport, which is located on a different island. At a press conference held late last evening, the acting Foreign Minister of the Maldives, Mohammed Hussein Sharif, elaborated.
The actual event or the incident happened just before 8 o'clock our time, Malay time. The President and the First Lady were returning after the annual Hajj pilgrimage in Mecca, and the President and the First Lady were taking their ride from the airport to the capital in the presidential yacht. It's a vessel that is maintained by the security forces of the President. As the speedboat was approaching the main jetty in Malé, just a few feet really from the jetty berthing, the explosion happened. It was a relatively large explosion. It could be heard a few blocks away as well. The investigation now has taken a more international feel to it, and is a multi-agency and international investigation. They are first and foremost leaning on the theory that there was or there could have been really a mechanical or technical failure.
Still on local news, an individual attempting to travel to Canada using a fake passport has been arrested by CID officials at the Katunayake airport. The police media unit said the suspect, who is a 21-year-old resident of Point Pedro in Jaffna, was arrested around 5 this morning. The suspect is due to be produced before the Negombo Magistrates Court today. This edition of Lunchtime News on News First. Your next news update comes your way at 1:55. For everyone here at News First, I'm Saturanga Hapuarachi. Have a great afternoon.